All right, all right.
Check, check, 1, 2.
Back to work.
Is this thing on?
It's still a little hot, a little hot.
Coming in hot.
A 1-2, a 1-2.
Hello.
Make all systems go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Stream tripping. All right, all right.
Okay, people coming in.
Check 1-2, 1-2.
How we sounding, y'all?
Give me a test again.
Check, check, 1, 2.
All right, all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Check 1-2.
Come on in, come on in.
Woo. Hectic. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddy the God. All of you chat chimers, ghost listeners, radio listeners, what's going on? Season 6 after the break. How y'all doing?
Man.
Good
Yeah.
morning. Good morning.
Yeah, still in Omaha, living it live together.
Yeah, man. Buddy, you doing some real cloud hopping. That's what's up.
Man.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm trying, It's the life.
Well, we missed y'all. Most definitely happy to be back for season 6. This is Boots to the Roots, the name of this jam. That's what's going on right here. I see everybody coming on in this morning too. That's what's up. I'm glad y'all didn't forget about us over the break. Leah Keister said, "Magnificent Monday to all." Appreciate that very much.
Man.
That's what's up. Judy Princess says, "Morning, fam." Good morning, Judy. How you doing? Let us know how you living these days. Pops gives us good morning, Paul and Buddy, and all the First Sky fam. He says you were greatly missed. Appreciate that, Pops. Appreciate that. Brother Manor says, "New phone. Who's this?"
Hey. All right.
Yeah, Paul B, Buddy the God.
Yeah.
Pop says sounds great. Judy Princer gives us a thumbs up. Wanda Lewis says good morning. Amy H. Dot says good morning.
Hey.
Says good morning, y'all. What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all. Very, 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 very happy that you guys are here this morning.
Man.
I see Miss Erica Felt in the chat says, "Oh, dang, I didn't know you were back today. Just popped on my phone notification, and my Monday is starting great now. Good morning." All right.
Okay. Pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, people have been like, there's some people that's like, "I haven't watched the show in a while. I'm sorry." Well, we've been on break, so you didn't miss nothing.
But thank you.
Yeah, and other people are like, "When are you coming back?" So we're back. Just let everybody know. Kimber Snipe says, "I didn't know y'all was back today." Yeah, we've been saying this 17th. So it's all good. We're working on extending these messages out even further this season for sure. So that's what's going on. Amy H. Dot says, "Good morning." She says, "You have a tiny echo." Yes, I know. That's because I don't know. Well, we can't turn the cameras, but Buddy and I are in the same room trying to do this right now. So so his mic's picking up mine, my mic's picking up his.
Yeah. Don't got the sound booth.
We appreciate that. We appreciate the feedback on that though, for sure.
Yeah. A lot of people, actually, a few people have mentioned, like, I always thought y'all was in the same room. Nope. 2 different states.
That's right. Yeah, it's funny. The tech works better when we're in two different states than it does when we're in the same room. That's how it works.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
All right, but he says Pop says you're a little loud. Maybe we can turn down. That might help my echo on my end, on your end too. So can you turn your line down a little bit? Will that
Yeah.
work for you? All right, cool. we'll get it going. We'll get it going. We wanted to make sure that we got it in while Buddy is in Omaha still. For those of you that came to the Chat Chimers Kickback, you know Buddy's in town. So appreciate everybody that came to that too, man. That was a good time.
Man,
That was a
yes,
good time. How'd you
yes.
feel about it?
Man, genuinely enjoyed myself. Big shout out to everybody that came through, and took the opportunity to live a live with us. It almost felt like a family reunion. Definitely felt like a family reunion. It was definitely interesting to kind of see um, people who you're familiar with but don't know. You know what I mean? It's like it was a lot of, hey, it's such and such. Hey, it's me. Like, oh, yeah, yeah. You get that awkward moment where you're around somebody that you don't
Uh oh.
do know you. It was definitely nice to um, it's definitely nice to see the chat chimers, the fam, everybody. Definitely
Yeah.
appreciate y'all. Mark Manor also reminding us the food was good, man.
Pops, I gotta tell you about the food because me and Pops are foodies. Uh, Mayor Sanchez came in and threw it all the way down. It was ridiculous. That food was so good. And then on top of after that happened, Chef came in and had just had wings and mac and cheese. The wings were smoked. She I can't talk about this enough. She smoked the wings like 7 hours the day before.
I was there. I was there. Yeah, stayed up all night. I had to make sure she didn't doze off.
That food was so good, man. That food was ridiculously good. Way good than I expected that we were just gonna have a little food at the thing. That was what was up. So shout out to Mir Sanchez. Shout out to Chef. And if y'all missed it because that food
Man.
was off the chain. Yeah,
Also, shout out to Sister Snipes, the inaugural Bones winner.
I gotta find that photo, man. I gotta find that photo of her in victory, Buddy with his face in his hands.
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely have to find that. Big shout out also to Amy H. Dot for taking those pictures, man. Took a lot of great pictures. Go ahead and check those out on Friends of. Yeah, yeah. Good time,
Yeah,
good
that's
time.
what's up, man. Kimber Snipes says, "Here we go." Josh Tate said, "Good morning, all." She said, "Here he go." Josh Tate said, "Good morning." I saw Josh the other day too. He came to our first speakeasy over there at the Benson Theater. So he came through, said, "What's up?" It was good to see him. Good to see you, Josh. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss Eric Felt says that that's only because y'all waited for me to leave before your play. Talking junk, talking junk. We're gonna get back to it.
Oh yeah. Have to make it happen. Also, big shout out to Mayor Sanchez, man. We got a couple of rounds of smashing the white ball out there,
Yeah.
and Mayor Sanchez came through and got the victory. But it was good time, good time. Definitely big shout out to Mayor Sanchez.
That's what's up, man. That's what's really up. Yeah, we'll find some. We got some pictures floating around here somewhere on that stuff, so we'll definitely find those and show them to you during this whole session. And yeah, I think we're just gonna take it easy today. It's usually News Monday, but we're kind of moving things around this season. We talked to the senators, Terrell McKinney, Justin Wayne. They're actually going to start coming in on Mondays this season. So we found out that would be a better day for everybody, and also be a good day for when the legislature's back on. Then guess what? You gotta we Monday will be the day that we say, hey, this is happening on Tuesday, this happened on Wednesday. We can be more action oriented that way. So yeah, so we're switching some things around and got a new schedule and some new things happening. We'll talk about what we're gonna do for season 6. I found that picture of Buddy and the mayor and them outside smashing a little white ball.
Yeah, Papa God out there with us.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
I got to hang with Papa God over the break this time too, man. Speaking of barbecuing up, he got down too. So that was good times, man. It was really all about it was like a summer vacation really this last break. And
Yeah, yeah. A lot of living alive together, man. I'm kind of throwing the idea out there. I mentioned it to you, Paul, but I'm gonna put it out there. Just kind of testing the water, see how the chat chimers will feel. Because I went by the Jazz on the Green last Thursday, and
ah,
I'm thinking if anybody wants to come out, I'm thinking about going out there again this Thursday before I head back to Atlanta. So if you want to live alive together one last time, maybe a picnic at Jazz on the Green this upcoming Thursday, weather permitting. Let us know,
that's a great idea, man. That's a great idea. It went off last week, so
man.
It was like 9,000 people out there, and they was all electric sliding the whole crowd.
Man. It was definitely a good time. The band got down. Shout out to Leland and Javon Mickles, which is a father son duo that was getting down on stage. And it's kind of interesting. My Leland is a friend of my father's, and Javon and I went to high school. So to kind of see the generations going is a beautiful thing, man. Please get out and support your local artists, your local acts. They get down, man. It's a lot of talent in the city.
I used to play with Leland, man, back in the day. That's you talking about a talented dude. That boy is. He used to do stuff like he was with Flight Time and them at one point with Jimmy Jam and
Mm,
Terry Lewis, and he was like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis used to lock him up in the studio and just be like, just knock him out. He'd be in there for days at a time knocking him out. I'm like, man, if you went through Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis school, then you know you bad on the keyboards for real.
man. Yeah, it's getting down. It's getting down. So yeah, if you haven't been out to Jazz on the Green, definitely make sure you do that. That was kind of been my goal while I'm here in the city, is just kind of explore, see what's changed, see what's new. I don't know if we can work it in, but I took some pictures. Definitely took the littles down to the new Jean Leahy Mall, which I will say I was quite impressed. I'm not gonna lie, I
Are
was
you
quite impressed. Yeah, yeah.
okay?
The arch playground. I had a little bit too much fun. It wasn't just the babies having a good time. Had a little bit too much fun down there myself. They had some entertainment out at the amphitheater. And it's kind of nice seeing all. Yep. There go the babies down at the slide.
So they took
Um,
it slide. That's what I wanted to see. It's a different slide now, though, huh?
No, they do have the big slides, but this is the other side. I guess where the kind of the river walk used to be. They have some more interactive things. They have some hammocks out there you can lay down, and
Okay.
it was just nice kind of seeing all sides of the city kind of come together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely seen a lot of South Omaha present, a lot of North Omaha, just everybody from the city. You kind of see the diversity of the city in one place, which you don't really get to do a lot of times.
Right. That's what's up. Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, I haven't stopped in there yet, but I passed by a couple times just to see what's going on. It looks like it's always popping, and lots of good stuff it's got going. Lots of good things that got happening. And I was real skeptical about them taking like the water pieces away and all that, but now that they did that, and it's now just full of like different little coves you can sit in and chill at and stuff like that. It seems like it's cool. Just wanted to jump back into the chat here, which looks like I've lost a bunch of already. Marlon Harrison, excuse me, says, "Good morning, family. Good morning to you."
Hey.
Kiro Snipes says at Stinson Park. Man, what happened to my chat? I thought I saw Pop say something about the food or something earlier. You not still? Can you see the rest of the chat over there?
Yeah, Pop says, OMG, I wish I could have been there. Yes, I heard that camera took everybody to school. I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say all that.
Well, see, I'm gonna find the picture because his head in his hands is telling a different story than he's talking
Oh,
about.
man. Yeah. But she posted the score somewhere. You'll see the tail of the tape.
Mark Manners says the second part of the park looks good. Looks like it's going to be great. Also, I peeked at the skating ribbon and that's going to be awesome. What
Hmm.
what are they doing over there? Is it like a new skate park or something like that?
I'm not sure about the skating situation, but they are still making additions. Of course, there's still construction going on. I think they're close to finalizing, but the old Conagra Park,
Mm,
there's some more things going on there, and that are going into Conagra Park and where they had the waterfall or the fountain. That part is still being expanded. I don't think they've officially opened that section.
mhm.
So yeah, there will be some more additions, and I'm not quite sure about the skating portion though. So market. If you can kind of expound on that.
Man, this chat is really tripping. The restream this whole program is like messing me up here. But buddy, if you can hold on to some of that stuff. Oh, roller skating and ice skating ribbon. Okay,
Hmm.
interesting. Yeah, they used to have ice skating over there, like at Conagra before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the winter, I actually, big shout out. I would go down there and ice skate with my French class. So I have some fond memories of ice skating at Conagra Park, especially during the winters. So yeah, it would be nice for them to bring that back, and roller skating. Actually, I'm seeing roller skating making a comeback, just kind of nationally and culturally. Roller skating making a comeback. So yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I'm with it. I'm with it. That'll work. That'll work. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get this show started. So we really appreciate everybody that's coming on in. Of course, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
We are back for season 6. This season is called Boots to the Roots, and we will talk a lot more about what's going on there. So stay tuned for that. Again, thank you very much for joining us once again on this Monday, July 17th, 2023. We are back. It's time for First Sky Omaha in the morning. Let's go. What up? What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Once again, First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, the Dove, Buddy the God, all of you chat chimers, ghost listeners, and radio listeners. Appreciate all of you guys over there. Really appreciate everybody who's tuned in this morning, and those of you that remembered that we were here, and those of you that put on that ring, got that bell ring to remember that we're here. Sometimes we need a little aid on that. I don't blame you. I definitely had to turn my alarm on this morning after not having to get up at 5 in the morning for the last month.
Man.
Yeah, it was rough on this morning for sure. So hopefully we'll be okay. For those of you just coming in, there is a tiny little echo. We know that we always ask you how we sound, and you guys have already let us know we got a little echo going on, but that's because Buddy and I are actually in the same room doing the show right now. So his mic is picking up mine a little bit, and mine is picking up his a little bit. So if you can bear with us, that would be great. We'll do the best we can do. We usually do News Monday. We don't got a whole lot of news going on, but we do kind of want to go through and check out some of the things that you guys picked out and put in Friends of First Sky Omaha over the break, which we really appreciate you doing, by the way.
Yeah, man.
And so we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about season 6, what that means. Boots to the Roots is the theme, so we'll talk a little bit about what that means. And then we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. What did you guys do over the break? What do you guys think is what's on top of your mind these days right now as far as the news is concerned? Let us know what's going on in the news today,
Yeah.
if you would. Got a new schedule that we're working on right now too. So the senators, brother Justin Wayne, brother Senator Terrell McKinney, will be on Mondays now. We had a good meeting with them last week about how we want to continue doing the legislative report. Some of the things we want to accomplish. We know we got 2024 coming up, which is going to be huge as far as elections are concerned.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a war again. So we'll have to yeah, it's gonna be something else, man. So yeah, we got a lot coming up on that. But also continuing on from what we talked about last season, those brothers were successful at getting that money, getting that 1024 money into North and South Omaha. And so that is going to be unfolding probably this season as well. Like people start getting money. There's the process is still going on. And we'll start seeing some changes around here. So we're looking at trying to talk to some of these people that actually got some. That are actually going to get some of the ARPA funds, and see what they got going on, what their plans are for their businesses, and how they're planning on being successful with that business and creating jobs and more economic development and so on and so forth in our areas. So we'll be continuing that story too, because it's still a huge one, man. If people around the country are going to start getting wind of what these senators have done, because it's really incredible. They go around to places now, and other senators are like, "What you how'd you pull that off?" So this is gonna be good. That we're gonna still keep on breaking down what's going on there and breaking down the process. Still more process to go. It's got to go through those changes go through the DED first, and then the governor still has to sign off on all of them. So there could be much more drama to come for what's going on with those millions of dollars coming into North and South Omaha. So we'll be keeping track of that for sure, and we'll start doing that on Mondays now.
Yeah. Yeah. trying to give the also, of course, the full legislative session. I feel like maybe some people might have forgot things over the weekend when we have the senators on Friday. Definitely looking forward to that. Also remind people that it's not just this round of funds coming. The senators have worked out, trying to get a situation of ongoing investment into the community. Let's just call it what it is. So yeah, definitely will continue to have that conversation. Definitely looking forward to the senators and also a couple other senators. I know we ended last season not able to get Senator Megan Hunt on, so we're definitely still trying, to have some of those conversations as well. So definitely big shout out to all the chat chimers, everybody being patient with us, and a lot of work still left to do.
Yes, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Gwen Easter in the chat, I see. So she says, "Good morning. Glad y'all are back." So yeah, echo on my mic. Yep, I appreciate that, Miss Easter. We got some tech difficulties this morning because Buddy and I are actually doing this from the same space.
Yeah.
We're in the same space right now, and that's very rare. So we're in the same room, and we're trying to limit as much cross mic contamination as we can. But please bear with us on that. But thank you for letting us know. We always like to reach out to you guys and let us know how we sound and how things are looking and all that good stuff. So again, appreciate everybody that's coming on this morning that remembered that we were here, and those of you that didn't remember it but you hit that bell, please continue to hit the bell because as you can see. It'll let you know when we're on. So that's what's up. We got a lot coming up as well too. We didn't get a chance to talk to Sherman Wells last season as well, and so we want him to be one of our first guests. I'm actually going to try to get him on Wednesday and talk about everything that's gone on over the break with him because there's a lot that's been going on. Bryant Center,
Man.
there's street namings. There's a lot that's been going on, so we want to catch up with him definitely and talk about what's happening. Ricky Smith actually reached out to me on Facebook, so we're going to ask him again if he wants to come on to the show and have a little conversation. We know we were trying to get a hold of him last season as well. We will be talking to Brianna Full more this season too. She wants to come and let us know what's going on as far as the OPS report is going on. So we'll get more information about what's happening in the board meetings, Omaha Public Schools, and all that good stuff. So lots of good stuff coming up as well. Buddy, what's been on your mind over the break? You been peeping any news or anything that's going on? You've been kind of taking a news break like I have. I've been on a news diet just to step away for a minute on the break.
Yeah, man, I had definitely had to unplug. Definitely had to unplug from the news. I'm sure a couple stories have caught my attention, but I haven't really been paying too much attention to any of that. Just trying to, more so tend to my personal life. just to be honest. Of course, as kind of talked about last season, Mama God was preparing for a surgery. That's a part of
Mm.
the reason why I'm here. So, making sure that. I'm able to take her, if she needs to drive or if she needs help, with anything, trying to be able to do that. And also, just recently lost somebody close to me. I had a death in the family, so dealing with those things. So yeah, really haven't spent much time. And it's all about balance, man. It's definitely all about balance. Sometimes you got to unplug and just take care of yourself. Make sure your cup is full before you try to pour into others. So yeah, that's kind of been my thing, man. Definitely enjoyed taking the littles, as I like to call them, down to the Gene Leahy. I also took my little man to the movies just for some father son time. Went to go see the new Spider Man. That was pretty dope, man. Pretty dope. Anybody who loves good art, good stories, even if you're not a Marvel fan, man, just from an artistic standpoint, I always enjoy those productions that have different forms of art and it's like different animation styles. You got claymation scenes, and it was definitely a dope production. So, just living a life with the fam, man. I
Yeah.
had a few people come out for my birthday. Did turn 30 over the break. Had a fish fry at Papa God's house for the big 3-0. So yeah, just enjoying that time, over the break.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But I will say, in regards to the show, we did get some work done. I definitely enjoyed our conversations with the partners. Although, again, we're switching things up for the Mondays. They won't necessarily be our news Mondays, but we are still having conversations with some of our news partners. Um, we're actually preparing for a training program. So if anybody is interested in that, definitely, keep looking out for that. There will be more information coming out soon as we shore up those details. But also talking to the documenters, we will still be working closely with big shout out to Abby and all the documenters out there that's still doing the work. I think Amy H. Dot is one of the documenters. So big shout out. We're definitely still working on how to present that information, how to still work closely with them, some productive conversations with Omaha Star too. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of these conversations, these meetings, and that's the point of this season. Boots to the roots, as Paul said. That's the theme. That's the name, and it's all about again. Last season was teamwork making the dream work. We kind of recognize where we align, recognize teams, how we can team up. Now it's time to make it work. Now it's time to get the boots on the roots and get moving. So definitely appreciate everybody that's been working with us, been supporting us, and looking forward to keep keep that going.
Yeah, man. Let us know what that means to you. Boost to the roots. So let us know how many of you are feeling like we're feeling about this fam and about how we can take some action on things and team up and really get some things accomplished. I know over the course of these seasons, we got a lot of things accomplished. I feel like we took care. We helped try to take care of some of the members, some of the friends of First Sky Omaha when they were in when they needed some little bit of help. Hmm. You
Speaking of that, we can't gloss over this. She mentioned it in the chat. This was a big announcement, one of the highlights of the kickback. Yes, Amy H. Dot, we are on the same page. Big shout out to Miss Erica Felt, that woman announcing that she is cancer free, y'all. Cancer free, man. Those are definitely big words. Big shout out to that woman.
Yeah, man. That's really what's up. Shout out. So yeah, and we hopefully now that you back in business, we can try to send some kids your way, some more kids
Yeah.
your way. And so you can keep on flowing with it. But yeah, man, that's that to me that's what it's all about. I like the fact that we were able to try to come together as much as we could for some of the chat chimers and also Amy H. Dot in the gang, I guess Precious McKesson, Kimber Snipes, all you guys did a lot last season, even like going and checking out some of the people that lived in the buildings that had the bed bug situation going on,
Man.
calling the housing authority and trying to get some answers. We sent some groups up to the legislature last season. So these are all kind of like last season was teamwork makes the dream, where we were figuring out who the team was, and getting that together and figuring out what we can do as a group now that we're kind of growing and solid together. So this season is going to be all about what we can support. Who's going to support us? How we going to support y'all? How we can support the city? How we can what we can do as far as action items are concerned this time around. So we want to set up to try to make some change happen around here. There's a lot of podcasts. There's a lot of people talking. This is the only show that's really doing what we consider a roundtable with you, the community, 3 times a week, 2 hours a day. We get a lot of answers. We get a lot of opinions. We get a lot of people coming up with facts and sharing it with us. We get a whole lot of discussion happening over what's going on with us in our areas, and it's time for us to do something with that information and let people know what we have to say, what we think about certain things that's going on, what our group has to think about all those things, and what it is that we're gonna put our money where our mouth is about. So, we're here. We got a good group, and I feel like this season is really going to be that time for us to really do that. So, I would suggest think about what that means to you. Let us know. Let us know what
Yeah.
it means. Boost to the roof. What do you plan? What do you want to do this season to help the community, to help the situations going on in our neighborhoods, and also we know we got, like I said, November's coming up, so we definitely have something to talk about there. There's going to be some action that's going to be needed there, especially now with these new voter ID situations that we got going on here. We need to kind of make sure that we go over that and let people know what's happening so they can be ready and all get on the same page about voting. There's a lot to talk about this season as well. So let us know. I definitely want to know what you have to say and think about those things. I'm trying to get back to the chat. My chat is going in and out, but
Mm.
I'm seeing what's happening here. Wanda Lewis in the chat says, "Be aware of the poor air quality today in the city, especially if you have asthma and any other bronchial issues. This is due to the fires burning in Canada.
Okay, so that's the thing. I was actually that is one thing that I kind of noticed. If anyone was driving around the city a couple of days ago, it was pretty hazy out there. I was kind of wondering what that was about. Um, so yeah, yeah, very very interesting. That's still going on, man. Prayers out to Canada.
Man, for real. Miss Erica Bell says I currently only have only 3 openings left, so she's filling it up with the kids there. If you
Nice.
got a couple recommendations for her to get those 3 openings filled, and give her a ring. Hit her up on Facebook. She's doing great over there with that. I think I might have somebody I want to refer to you too, so we'll be talking about that.
There you
Um,
go.
yeah, yeah. Buddy turned 30 over the break. I turned 50 over the break. So
Yeah, man.
we have some big milestone birthdays going on. So that's what's up. Rome's review says, "Is there a backpack drive or a school lunch payoff that First Sky is doing?" Well,
Hmm.
we might be doing it now, thanks to your idea. Appreciate that, Mira Sanchez. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Let's start putting some of those things together. Mira Sanchez, got to give a shout out to you. You've been really leading the charge when it comes to that stuff. Going over to the BAA, showing kids how to fly drones, all the things that you've been doing. We really appreciate how you go out and represent First Sky Omaha that way, and taking action on stuff. And really appreciate you for bringing that food, bro.
man.
Can't even tell you. That's really what's up. So really appreciate that your efforts, and we definitely want to get with you more this season on some things too. If you have the time and the space, and that would be great if we can really kind of get together on some stuff for sure.
Yeah, so I would call you the mayor. Yeah, and again, that's how does boots on the roots? What does that mean to you? How does that kind of resonate with you? It doesn't have to be as big as a whole voter registration and uh, changing laws and things. If you just want to do a backpack drive or just do something, just let's do something. that's
Yeah.
that's the goal, and to do it together. So yeah, yeah, big shout out. Uh, Mayor Sanchez says, "Love, love, love, feeding the troops." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. As good as you cook, don't be tempting us. We're gonna have to. You be feeding the troops a lot around here if you keep on talking like that. Pops, what you over here talking about? Always there. He says that has been heavily sampled. Oh yeah, yeah. So my pops wrote a song called "Always There" back in the day, and it's several iterations of it has been creeping up over the years in different groups and different things. We got the latest one is a remix. Sounds like drum and bass beats to it, which is
Hmm,
which is really interesting. So it's really interesting how much you can write a lyric in 1970 whatever, man, and it can last a lifetime. It's a real trip.
man.
Uh, I put always there on the listen button. If you hit the listen button, if you go to friends of First Sky, I mean, if you go to firstsky.omaha.com and hit the listen button on our radio station there, always there is in rotation, the original. So I
Nice,
got this new version and put it on there too, pops. That's what's up. Love that. Can't
man.
can't wait till something I write is just last decades like that. That's what's up.
Never know, man. Music is timeless. Music is timeless. A big shout out to Pops. So that's dope. And it's kind of interesting, man, because a lot of musicians from the '70s, they kind of speak out against sample culture and speak out against their songs being used in that way. But it seems like Pops is all for it, man. So yeah, yeah, that
do,
is rad, Amy.
do they do that? That's interesting. I noticed more
Yeah,
more more old heads loving the fact that they're getting played more just because of samples. But of course, we're in the era of people paying for samples now. They used to pay for them before.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I know a few estates that are notorious for suing and being very tight and close knit with their works and productions and not really supporting of sampling. I'm trying to think of some names, but kind of drawing a blank right now.
Yeah. It's a different era though. They used to be really against it back in the day. Like I said, they weren't getting paid, weren't getting no recognition. Uh,
Hmm.
that's a different scene now, so I'm sure that they're feeling better about it. There's even some services and stuff out there now where you can they already set up the paying of the people, and you can just
Yeah,
use their service and pull those songs and do stuff now. So it's a different scene for sure. I was just thinking about how sampling came about one day. It's kind of a perfect storm because we're still in the 50th year of hip hop. We're still going to talk about this a little bit.
yeah,
In the
man.
50th year of hip hop, we talk about how Cool Herc and those guys back in the day originated this whole beat lengthening situation where they take two records, They take the break off of the record where the vocals go out, the music just breaks down, and then they keep playing that over and over by switching between records, and that's the beat that the MCs get on and rap. So it makes sense to me that sampling started happening the way sampling started happening because sampling basically they were just like playing the record without the record. They're playing it electronically now on a sample, and samplers came into existence just serendipitously, like at the same time. At the same time, the technology just happened to come up. So it was like a perfect storm that there's going to be like the sample culture was going to be part of hip hop. And it's funny that they looked at it like it was stealing something, but it was just basically them playing the record like they were doing already in the first place. So
Hmm.
so yeah, it's just interesting how that kind of stuff comes back around. But it's interesting to be on this side of things where I know people now who's had their stuff sampled and has brought some of their stuff back to life and so on. And we're just in this era now where it's commonplace. They've made it so it's affordable. Even before Kanye and those guys were the only guys that can sample records, but now it's affordable for other people. So
Hmm.
really interesting stuff. But I didn't mean to go off on a tangent on that. I'm seeing that the chat's getting away from me. That woman says, "I'm currently working with a competency initiative for Nebraska early childhood education educators, birth to 8 years old, and want to get Nebraska child care providers informed about union options." Okay,
Hmm.
very interesting. She said Nebraska providers are not paid in accordance with federal regulations that are more beneficial and allow us to enroll more subsidized families.
Okay.
We got some work to do on that. I see. That's what's up. Brother Muhammad in the chat. Good morning. He says, Assalamu alaikum, family. He says, walking my post in a perfect manner, keeping always on alert. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up. Right on, right on. Tracy shot in the house. What's happening? She says, "Good morning, Erica. I can't hear that enough. Congratulations." Yes, congratulations, Erica fell on that. And thanks for coming out.
Yes.
It was really good to see you there, man. Your energy always lights up the room. Really appreciate you coming through to the Chat Chimers kickback. That was real cool.
Yeah. Also, a reminder that Tracy has that event coming up at the Benson Theater. I believe that's what in a couple weeks. Is that next week?
Man, don't put me on the spot about them dates.
Oh man, let's try to get that date because
I don't believe in
it's
the concept of time.
yeah, but hey, you might want to know when this is happening and this is going down because it is definitely a worthwhile celebration. It's going to be a forget cancer party. So
Yeah.
definitely big shout out to Tracy Shat and everybody who's putting that on. Man, the whole Benson Theater, the whole Verbal Gumbo family, all of that.
Yeah, let us know, Tracy. You in the chat, let us know when your party is over there at Benson Theater. Appreciate that. Gwen Easter says, I working with Keep Kids First, and we are asking parents to decline to sign the petition the teachers union is asking people to sign to take away parental rights and education options for their kids. If a person has signed and they get the numbers to put on the ballot, you still have an opportunity to vote no. It is important that parents receive the funds to pay for their children to go to the school they choose. So we're definitely back on that issue. That is a huge one for us. That's probably one of the only issues that we had on this show that we have some serious divide on. Some
Yeah.
some people are for school choice. Some people are saying nope, put it all into OPS. We go back and forth. So Gwen Easter is stating where she's at on that. Appreciate that. She says Safe Haven Early Childhood Preschool Education Academy is accepting enrollment. Parents can call 402-706-1358. That's her situation over there. So definitely check her out too. We got a couple of child care providers that are friends of First Guy Omaha Chat Chimers. So appreciate you guys for taking care of the babies. You know that First Guy Omaha loves the kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Kimber Snipes has just put an application link to an opportunity for 15 to 19-year-old to participate in Teen Summit this fall, led by Julie Cornell and Quanisha Fraser on the First Guy page. Appreciate
Okay.
that. Love some opportunities for folks as kids around here. They need some opportunities for real.
Man, yeah, it's not enough activities, not enough opportunities, not enough for the young folk, the teens to do, especially that 15 to 19 range who, getting out driving for the first time, just, starting to get out and explore the city. Let's have some constructive things for them to do. So big shout out to that Kim Road, try to get some people signed up.
Totally, totally. We going back to the sampling conversation. It sounds like Miss Erica Fell says samples were a thing. Break beats from the DJs were MC beginnings. That's right.
Yep.
Mark Manner says, speaking of musicians and royalties, Kyle Eustace has an article about HR from Bad Brains in Rolling Stone today. Woo!
Okay.
Ooh, bro. I can't wait to talk about what that means. Whew, man. It's quite the story on his mental illness, health problems, and royalty issues. Wow.
Okay. Man, big shout out to Kyle Eustace, the music journalism powerhouse. Yeah, she gets down. She gets down.
Omaha native. She's now in Denver. She's written for all the big ones now, bro. All the big ones, and powerhouse in music. You say her name, everybody knows who she is around town. She's been one of the most consistent music writers around, as far as doing cross genre stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, if usually somebody's writing in Rolling Stone wasn't writing for Hip Hop DX, but she did that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and writing for Thrasher, you know what I'm saying? Just all over the board. So I really get excited about that. And of course, Bad Brains is one of my favorite bands of all time. So
Yes, sir.
anything that's talked about HR and put shining some light on what's going on with him, I really, really appreciate her doing that. I did not know that happened. I appreciate that, Mark, for sure. Don't forget, Mark has also got his music writing happening as well. He went off. Unfortunately, when the reader went down, he had just started writing again for the reader, and really putting it down as far as like he's. If anybody knows anything about what's going on in the music scene out here, it's Mark. So definitely look at his stuff, man. Mark, if you don't mind, put your link in the chat so everybody can come go check your writing out too. And also, thanks for putting that article in. You shown some light on a reader article about what's going on with that new venue out in Papillion. Buddy, I sent that to you. I don't know if you got that. There's a new venue that 1% Production guys put out. It's another big venue out in Papillion.
Hmm.
And the article's real dope, talking about all the big venues that just are popping up and like what the scene is, who's behind it. Very interesting stuff, and it had me thinking about how we can link Atlanta artists and LA artists and maybe utilize some of these spaces. We don't got to build the spaces from scratch no more. They're here. So we can figure out how to really
Yeah,
put that
man.
together ourselves there. So yeah, we got to look at it. Pop says getting paid for sampling is great, but it does have to be monitored because some artists try to slip through without paying.
Oh yeah.
Very,
Oh
very true.
yeah.
Um, Kimber Snipe says y'all need to go see Divisible. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
They
That's been on my radar actually.
You freezing up.
Theater. When
Say again.
they recently just had the Benson Theater, and I think they'll be doubling back somewhere else, if I'm not
At,
mistaken.
at the Culture House.
There you go. There you go. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Big shout out to everybody about that supporting and behind that. If I'm not mistaken, it's talking about redlining, right?
Redlining and from the Omaha perspective too, Omaha, Nebraska perspective. This redlining in general. But yeah, a lot of people behind this film, and Benson Theater was real proud to host that, and it was a really good turnout for both showings. And if you missed it, then you get another chance to see it over the Culture House too. So I try to find the date on that for you to go check it out. But very very important film. They predicted it's going to get national attention and it might even win some awards. So
Man,
that's what everybody's saying is that good. So I really appreciate everybody who went came to Vincent Theater to check that out too. We'll see. Let's see. Moving on here, Miss Erica Phelps says it's always interesting that those who are against public schools are those that speak loudest for vouchers. Hmm. Okay.
yeah.
See.
I'm with Amy H. Dot. I think that's what she's talking about. She says, "Yeah, I'm still undecided. I see both sides."
Mm-hmm. You're talking about the school issue.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
See
yep.
what's happening. Like I said, stay tuned for us conversations that we're going to have with Miss Brianna Full because really wants to come through this season here and really give us some reports about what's going on with OPS. So we're still out there trying to get some answers on that and trying to get some people in to talk to them about it. So we'll keep doing that. And everybody else that we were trying to get last season, we'll continue to try to get this season to come onto the show. I'll be honest with y'all, I don't be trying too hard. I'm just gonna put it out there, man.
Hey,
I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up on your official and be like, "Yo, we would love for you to come on the show and talk about a few things. We got a few questions. Let me hit me back. And if I don't get hit back, I'll forget about it because as far as I'm concerned, we're all grown. You got that email. You know what I'm saying? Like
you saw it. You saw it.
I ain't here for bugging you, begging you to come. If you want to come on the show, you know what's up. You know what we're doing. You know about the show. You know how we do things. some people choose to just not do it because they don't want to, they don't want to sit in the hot seat or whatever the deal. But that's on you. It ain't But like this, I don't be trying too hard, man. I hit you once or twice and then that's it. So Ricky Smith is one of the ones that's hard to pin down. And it ain't just us. Everybody who knows him says he's hard. He's a busy man, hard to pin down. And I can understand that. So he hit me up over on Facebook though. He befriended me on Facebook this over the break. So we'll maybe that's a door opening to see if we can have him on. Other people that we asked to come on, like Willie Barney and those guys, we just didn't have time last season, and they didn't have time. They were in the middle of a lot going on too. So
Hmm.
speaking of which, that's also some stuff we got to talk about. Lots going on coming up. Native Omaha Days,
Yes.
lots happening. So we'll get all those people on this summer. As a matter of fact, a couple of guests that I wanted to have on told me that they were like, "I'm so busy trying to get Native Omaha Days off the ground. I'm gonna have to hit you after that." So
Mm.
it's ramping up. It's ramping up in a big way.
Yeah, right around the corner, a few weeks out. So yeah.
Miss Erica Phil says Thursday, July 27th is Divisible at Culture House. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Also, Tracy Shat saying her party is this Friday, 6 to 10 at the Benson Theater.
Oh, we're gonna have a good time, Tracy. We're gonna have a good time that night. I can't wait. It's gonna be real fun. Everybody who's coming on through for Tracy's party, I've already seen the guest list, and I'm just like, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun that night. This is gonna be a serious celebration. So,
Yeah,
uh,
man.
the wild one's coming out. I love it.
I might be able to make that one too. We'll see. We'll see.
All right, all right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe.
Miss Brother Sherman Wells says, "Good morning, fellas. Good morning.
Hey.
We were just talking about you, bro. We were just talking about you. So, we want you to. I don't know if you got plans on Wednesday, but we would love for you to come on Wednesday. We wanted you to be our first guest to come on through since we didn't get a chance to get you last season. I know a lot's going on over the break for you, and there's a lot of talk going around about a lot of stuff that you're involved with too. And so, yeah, man, we really look forward to talking to you. And if you're free on Wednesday, let us know, and we'll have you on, and we'll have some discussions.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, there is a lot. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a
Talking
few
about Brian
things.
Sanders, Brian
Yeah,
Sanders.
yeah, yeah. But that's the main thing I've been thinking about because that conversation is still ongoing. What exactly is going on with the Bryant Center? But yeah, there's a lot more. So definitely big shout out to you, Brother Wells. Looking forward to speaking to you,
Yeah, keep up with us, bro. We got a lot of little underground information on stuff.
man, man.
You hip us to some stuff, but we got some other stuff in the works too that we heard about. So we'll be talking about all of it this season is in a big way. I remember last season we were talking a lot about the black community being spread out all through Omaha and not really north anymore. A lot of money was coming to that 1024 money was coming specifically for an area, a geographic area, north and south Omaha, and we're trying our best to have black businesses be able to capitalize on those millions of dollars coming in, even though black businesses are kind of spread out all over the place, not just for North and South Omaha. But over the break, I've been doing a lot of thinking about exactly that. We started off Mind and Soul with the motto, "This is Omaha Radio with a North Side perspective." And we've been representing Northside for a little minute. And in the end, we are going to have a historic district on the north side, which is 24th and Lake, a
Hmm.
business district on 16th Street. There is still the majority of black folks living in North Omaha. There's the majority of them living in North Omaha, even though we're spread out everywhere. And even though we're this kind of we're a neighborhoodless neighborhood association, we're a digital neighborhood association, meaning we don't just stick to one geographic area. We're talking to people from all over. You listeners out there are from all over Omaha, not just North Side, and even all over the states. We even got
Hmm.
people in other states that are checking us out that are invested in the North Side community. North Side is still a concept and a space and a place that has districts that has the black history. If we just think of black history in the Black History Museum, we think of the Deuce, we think of 24th and Lake Street area, all the history there, and the fact that it's going to be a historical district, it's already turning out to be. We can't let go of the North Side. We can't let go. We can't spread that out too thin. We still have an obligation to that part of town, this part of town, because of the fact that this is where our history is at. Even
Hmm.
if people are spreading out in other places. the history of what's going on with our community, with especially the black community, is here on the north side. So we talk to everybody, but we still have to think about that. We still have to represent what's going on here and be a part of it. Every time something opens up on 24th Street, we get all excited about it, man. That's the deuce. You know what I mean? Like it's significant that the Culture House is on 24th.
Oh
It's
yeah.
significant that the Fabric Lab is on 24th and Lake. It's significant that Union for Contemporary Art is there. We're still trying to figure out what's happening with the Showcase building. The new Stable Gray and those cats, who are doing our website right now on 24th. I mean, this is still very significant stuff happening here in our areas, and a lot of our families and a lot of our grandparents and everybody still live there. So it is what it is, and as far as North and South Omaha is concerned, we still have to. Kimmer also made me change my mind about this too, because we're talking about what we are as First Sky Omaha. We are a neighborhood association, but we're an online neighborhood association that doesn't have geographic boundaries. But there's specific things that are laws and things that are happening and money that comes to these areas as well. She was telling me that we have to have a neighborhood association like on the south side, because things are happening to people, neighbors on the south side, whether they're in the black community or not. They're still neighbors on the south side that are going through something because they're in a geographic area. Same thing with the north side. So this is still all about east side for us, and we have to recognize that even if we are a neighborhood association with no geographic boundaries, but it is very important. And also I'm over here in Benson fighting that fight. People are trying to tell me Benson's not the north side. I'm telling them it absolutely is. It absolutely is the north side, and treated as such. We have a tower right across the street from where I live, full of black folks, full of people, full of our neighbors and families and grandparents and people like that. Like this is all us. So I was just thinking about that too. Like I felt us getting away from that last season, just because we were realizing that people were spread out all over the city, really, and we are here for the whole city of Omaha, but we're specifically got to keep on repping East Side in a big way.
Man.
I don't know how you feel about that, buddy, but that's what I've been thinking about.
No, I agree. I agree. You gotta honor and respect and recognize the cultures of all. Again, Omaha is a very diverse place. And you can't just blend in everything and it loses its flavor. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to recognize the historical continuity, if you will, of all of these areas and South Omaha, and the history of the packing plants and what that meant for those families coming from the South coming to Omaha. That should be recognized as the impact it had. Also, North Omaha, like these are kind of unique in their own histories. So we definitely should recognize it, but also how do we link up together? I see you, Kimra. She says a hashtag one Omaha. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
And she also says hashtag East Omaha just needs some more love. So yeah, I'm all there. We all on the same page.
Even this film that we were just talking about, Divisible, that you can go see at the Culture House coming up. Kimber says, "I love how Divisible brought out how black folks originally were in South Omaha."
Hmm.
Yeah. So, and then the whole film is about redlining and how it kept some of us in North Omaha, pushed some of us in North Omaha, and that's why we were there, because of that. So there's, what I'm saying, like even a lot of those things are interesting. To think about when talking about our history, but it comes up with us every. It's not just our history; it's here with us all the time, every day. The reason why
Man,
the reason why there's majority black folks in North Omaha is because the history of redlining, like how Divisible talks about. You
and
know,
the reason why we're spreading out is also because of that same history here and now. Is very interesting. We came across a conversation about the film Last Black Man in San Francisco, I believe,
mhm, mhm,
and that kind of talks about that same history of how whole communities are sort of moved out. And we've been talking about in Omaha how again a lot of North Omaha properties no longer accept Section 8 and housing authority vouchers and all of the assistance that some people are using to get housing in North Omaha, and a lot of that's been pushed out west. And the conversation that I came across was a lot of people are looking at this as a good thing, as far as I'm only paying $700 for this 7 bedroom house with a pool and X, Y, and Z, and this a larger, more space, more yard, than I've ever had or could ever have in North Omaha. But still, you gotta commute to work. You know what I mean? Gas prices are going up. Services aren't really available, and all the while, more people are moving downtown as they have all of this development going on. The Riverside's going up. You got to understand that it's all part of a plan, and all the people that are now buying these condos and $1,200 apartments downtown will be longboarding to work and riding their bike to work, and
Mm.
you kind of see how the somebody gets tricked with the okey doke, if you will.
Wasn't there something about them trying to split up the district so that we didn't have access to down by the riverfront anymore in District Two? Do you remember something like that we were talking about before?
I do. I feel like I did hear in some conversations we've had recently, somebody did mention something about that as far as traffic. I do know that 16th came up. That's what it was, 16th, and how to direct traffic in that 16th area. Again, that's still a heavy pass through for semi trucks, people. A lot of freight coming through that area. I think trains are still active in that area. So how do you direct that traffic? What does that mean for the future of that area and access? Kind of along the lines of putting that DoubleTree Hotel right on 16th, and what that meant for blocking off access to downtown for those in North Omaha. So again, a lot of the same conversations, a lot of the same kind of moves could be happening if we're not paying attention.
Very, very true. Beth Davis Wilson gives us a good morning. Good morning to you. Appreciate you coming on through. Long time no hear from. Appreciate you. Also, Stuart Brother Knight said, "Welcome back. Welcome. Thank you very
Hey,
much. Thanks for coming back and checking us out. Appreciate everybody that's joined into the chat. Like I said, if you didn't know we were coming back today, now you know. If you hit that bell and the bell told you, good. That's what we want. So tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Meet us over on YouTube. Like and subscribe over there. Hit that bell so you can know when we're on. Because we're planning on not just doing the show this season. We're also planning on doing some impromptu shows, having some releasing some videos and things like that too. So keep that bell hit so that you can know anytime that we drop something. That's what's up. Appreciate that very much for you doing that doing that before you even do it. We're just giving you some thanks already.
man.
Tracy
Uh,
Savage, go ahead.
uh, yeah. I just wanted to jump into what Gwen Easter was saying, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, because this is something that I did catch wind of as far as news. This was actually a pretty significant news story, and definitely in relation to what we've been talking about as far as black leaders over the last few months.
Mm,
Gwenesha says that we have another black leader in a key position leaving Nebraska Health Human Service, three in total. Altogether, that makes up about six black leaders in Nebraska leaving their positions. We need to find out the real reasons they are resigning from these positions. I
mm.
will be asking the commissioners on the Commission on African Affairs to look into it, and we need the community to ask as well. Definitely questions that need to be answered because it's not just Nebraska. Again, this is a national issue. Actually, there's a recent report about four sisters, in particular, black women who are in high positions of DEI. I believe all four of them were working in the area of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and they were all fired or released on the same day, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Mhm.
what is going on with leadership, especially in the areas of DEI? Because even in Omaha, we've lost a few DEI professionals. So, yeah, what's going on?
Well, I think, of course, we already know what's going on. The climate in this country does not allow for people to have high positions in diversity, equity, and inclusion because they don't want diversity, equity, or inclusion. We're also living in a situation where they just took away affirmative action.
Yes, yes,
It's really interesting stuff that I've been checking out and reading about Justice Clarence Thomas and how he benefited from affirmative action to get where he's at, and then voted against it now. So lots going on in these areas where that's happening. But leadership has to come from our own situation, not just being leaders in other people's spaces who have the power to let you go when they don't want what you got anymore. We got wind of this. This got on our radar when Brother Sharif Lawaru got let go
Man.
from OPS for doing his job in that area. So yeah, they go back and forth. Sometimes they feel like it's a good look to have somebody black in working on diversity in their company. Sometimes they feel like the climate is so right wing that they want to let them go, and that's a look for them. So I don't like being people's pawn in their game that way. I rather find some leadership in our own institutions and things like that. That's kind of where I'm at on it.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, man. It's a good look. You know what I mean? It's all the aesthetics. It's all about the look. But when especially in the case of brother Sharif, when you actually put some weight behind it, put some teeth behind it, actually try to bite down and do something, then it's a problem. So yeah, yeah. Is it really just about the look? Most likely. Most
Very
likely.
true. Tracy Shad in the chat said we were talking about school vouchers over here in Council Bluffs last night. I can see both sides, but Kim Reynolds is using it destructively.
Hmm.
I'm glad that you put that out there. It's good for us to take a look and see what's going on with it in different states as well. That kind of solutions journalism is where we're at on that, and finding out what it means. So yeah, since we're in the midst of this, how are other states dealing with it? Well, we're getting a report right now from Tracy Schadt that the governor over in Iowa is using it destructively. I'd like to know how. So if you feel like writing that, letting us know, let us know. Appreciate that very much. Wanda Lewis says heavy hail going on in my neighborhood right now. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah, watch out for that. I guess we're still in the storm season. I haven't been we've been kind of off and on with the storm season here for a while. So now, yeah, a very heavy storm hit us the other night. Apparently, a lot of people had their power out.
Hmm.
Uh, check on your loved ones as far as power is concerned, because I think there's some people that still have their power out around town. So a lot of people that just got it back on a couple of days ago, and now we're about to get hit again. So just kind of keep your eye on that if you can. Pops is saying, yes, every music group has their signature song. The signature of the Song of Omaha for people of color will forever be North Omaha.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. North Omaha, man, is super important. Like I said, I've changed my mind on a whole bunch of on a way I was thinking on that, and I'm back to trying to figure out what we can do to kind of this is our area, to be honest. So Gwen Easter says we have another. Oh shit, that was what you just read. Yeah, appreciate that.
Hmm.
Also, Kimmer says they wanted me to take apart it to speak about South Omaha for Divisible, but I was never able to. Oh, okay, not having a car, right? That's too bad. Yeah, you would have had some really great things to say about that. Maybe they'll put you on a panel or something. You should call Culture House and see what's up on that. I think because they did panels both days at Benson Theater, so you might want to talk to them about that too. Have some things to say for the after talk after the film. Rome's review says position county needs to be assigned through demographics. If a city is predominantly one ethnicity, it doesn't make sense to be governed by another ethnicity. Might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. It's a good idea that we take a quick break. We'll also come back and talk a little bit more about what's going on in season 6, what's been going on over the break. We want to hear about what you guys did over the break and what news is standing out to you in your mind. What's going on over the course of the last month that has been significant and that wants to and that you want to gives you a call to action. Really would like to know what those things are. We'll take a quick break and come right back. Once again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddy to God, all of you. And if I can get this to work, then
A little rusty. A little
then we
rusty.
might we might be good. We might be good. Stay tuned once again. Paul B, Buddy to God coming at you. Check it out. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, buddy to God. All of you chat chimers, ghost listeners, you guys are going off in the chat this morning. Appreciate that very much. I just wanted to make sure that you understood the context of this photo right here. That's Kimra holding up her winning sheet. Buddy, head in hands. Mira Sanchez looking down at the ground. They just got whooped on the table with the dominoes. So a little theme from the chat chambers kickback, quickening 2023. Appreciate you guys coming through. Appreciate you bringing the bones, Kimra, and showing everybody what's happening. I didn't get down on the table, so I can talk all the junk. So that's what's up. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys sticking with us, coming back. Lots going on right here, man. Beth Davis Wilson in the chat saying people are changing positions, gaining new jobs, and more money. Some areas aren't good, comfortable in areas. That kind of pressure is bad for the soul.
Mm.
Hear that? That woman says, I always worried about DEI was just a trendy response to 2020. They feel there's no threat of uprising right now and feel the highest court has announced there's no racism problem anymore. Shake my head.
Mm. You think that's what the affirmative action announcement was?
That's part of it, bro. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, they're trying to act like there is no race issue. I mean, this is all a big, big, big response to critical race theory, which
Mm.
in the chat in the Friends of First Sky Omaha, I believe it was Marianne Williams that put an article in about the fact that Nebraska's getting ready to start doing another study on critical race theory, and we need to kind of get together on getting ready for that fight because they're going to try to make it one. First of all, they're going to try to make it a thing, critical race theory, which is not. Then they're going to try to make it a fight, and unfortunately, we'll have to do some of that. We'll have to do some of that fight.
It's part for the course, man. Create the boogeyman. Try to create the solution. Create the problem to force the solution. That's really a problem.
Right. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I'll try to find that article. And we can talk a little bit about that as it comes as well. Also, let's see. Sean McCarthy in the house. He says, "Morning, welcome back. Thank you. Appreciate you coming back as well to
Yes.
the show." He says, "It was so cool meeting and hanging out with everyone at the Chad Chimers meetup. Really appreciate you coming through, my man. I really appreciate your support too. I'm working on a document now that's going to, give some flowers to everybody that's been financially supporting us as well. We appreciate your membership contributions and everything else, and everybody who's come on to do that with it. We had some new people. Rachel signed up. Also, Sean McCarthy signed up on the new Friends of First Sky Omaha. I'm sorry, the new First Sky Omaha pages. He's been a long time supporter, even back when it was on Allen Showcase. So just really appreciate him and everybody else that you and everybody else that's been on supporting us very much so. Beth Davis Wilson says storms heading this way.
Mm.
Yes, yes, Miss Wilson, recognize that we have some echo going on with my microphone. That's because we're in the same room right now, if you can believe that. Me and Buddy are usually doing this from separate states, but Buddy is in town. Hey, what's happening? And so his mic is picking up my mic because he's on the other side of the room here. So I appreciate you letting us know, but please bear with us on that. Miss Easter is reminding us housing is a big problem in North Omaha. So many people are losing their homes and are having problems finding affordable homes. They're also being asked to pay double rent and deposit to move in. Many are paying rental application fees from $20 to $100. Childcare business, including my own, is still having to compete with the free school early childhood daycare and is causing more daycares to close. We need parents to support us. My daycare offers good preschool and tutoring programs for struggling readers and dyslexic students. Please support us.
Man.
Yeah, support the mom and pop shops, man. Support the small business, the neighborhood business, especially when it comes to watching the kids. I feel like it's just a much safer situation when you got somebody in the neighborhood that you know that's not just watching your kids, but also teaching your kids, which I know Miss Erica Felt does too. You know, we definitely have some serious child care listeners, some child care chat chimers here. That are to me on the forefront of what needs to be happening with childcare. So definitely support that. It's just a common sense thing as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, for real.
Yeah,
So
man. It's all about the distribution of wealth. You know what I mean? You got major corporations coming in and buying up and eating up everything, and you have families who are, we're eating off of their portion. It might not be a big multi-million dollar operation, but it's enough for these individual families to sustain themselves and to survive. I'm talking about the families that own these daycare centers, that own these, kind of mom and pop shops, if you will. This reminds me, speaking of the housing situation, to live. Get more information about a house who was a family member of mine sold the house to a corporation, which kind of had me thinking, like, man, how that reminded me. I believe shout out to Chris Baby Boy Bolin, who did the reporting on a corporation from Ohio who was pretty aggressively trying to buy homes in the area, and then you see these types of things where you got to pay double rent, deposit, double rent and a deposit. you
Bro,
know $80 application fee that's non-refundable for an application that you might not, it's costing you $1,000 just to apply for these houses. After you apply for 4 or 5 houses, you didn't pay a pretty penny just in application fees alone. So yeah, it is definitely something we will continue to look at and ask questions about.
man. Mr. Eric says to co-sign on Miss Easter, there is a large nonprofit organization jumping on Native Omaha days to share their childcare options, which is a slap to black-owned community childcare preschool. Wow.
Yeah.
Man,
uh,
people look out for that. Yeah.
Again, large organizations and corporations coming in and eating up the pie.
Yep. Mr. Eric says you got to make 3 times the rent to even apply. Yep.
Man.
Pop says, let's see. Let me go up here real quick. Marlon Harrison in the chat. Appreciate you chat chiming today. He says, I want these politicians to focus more, retain on bring back educators. Right now, OPS, Omaha Catholic Schools, Bellevue Public Schools, and amongst others, are over 200 plus positions open, and no one will fill those. I know teachers that said that they're not going to have to no planning time this year because of the short staff.
Yep.
And it's really in North Omaha, especially. We've been. I just heard talk to somebody that was saying that there's a school that's been open. Like there's a school just opened up in South Omaha. Like teachers in North Omaha are always bailing out, running to other places in the city to work, and it leaves even more of a gap. So that 200 plus people, teachers that we don't have anymore. A lot of those were in North Omaha. A lot of those are people that first of all, we have a shortage in North Omaha. Second of all, when any other position comes up somewhere else, a lot of teachers run off over there. So it's unfortunate. It's definitely unfortunate. Pop says Clarence Thomas was constantly chided by all his white peers in school and told he was only there because of affirmative action, and that made him hate it.
Hmm.
Yeah, he got there's more stuff that made him hate it than that.
Man.
Getting into Clarence Thomas, man. He's one of them. He's
Ain't
one of
his
them
wife from Omaha?
his wife from Omaha. She is, um, yeah. Don't talk about nobody's woman, but dang. Tracy Scott says, it is the manner in which it is designed at this point. Council Bluffs schools are down over 3 million. Wow.
Hmm. Uh, to that point, also, she says, with no plan to bring money back to the public schools, the ESA passed here in Iowa will be going to almost 90% of students already in private schools. Iowa is up there with Florida. It's interesting.
I always have to recap this issue because I know why people are saying I can see both ways because it can be used in such nefarious ways. So as far as we're concerned, we want the ability to use that money to be able to send our kids to a place wherever they're going to be better served. If they're not making it in public school, I would love for them to have a private school option, a Mandela or something like that, for them to be able to go to. There should be no barrier there. At the same time, the majority of kids are going to be in OPS. The majority of kids are going to be in the public school system, and that needs to be tight too. And then you got this other thing going on where you got people who want to separate their little white kids away from everybody else and put them in better schools, and you have the same kind of segregation that there was before before the 50s. You know what I mean? And so then they'll be trying to divert funds away from stuff like public schools, go to these other kinds of charter schools and stuff. We don't have charter schools in Nebraska yet, but they're trying to say that they're trying to use that in a bad way. Council Bluffs trying to use it in a bad way. And then they start doing stuff like defunding the public schools some more too, and then that makes it even worse. So, like Tracy Chat said, no plan to bring money back to the public schools. and how are you gonna how is anybody gonna win that way? There should be public schools fully funded, and there also should be school choices. If the public school system isn't a system, it's a system that they have to stay by. The public school system is a system they have to implement in all of the public schools, and sometimes that one system doesn't work for kids. Sometimes you need to be able to go to somewhere else. Plus, if you're taking away critical race theory and all these other things in school, you can't even study about your own black history. Then maybe we need to have some black schools. And how are we gonna have some black schools if we can't if we can't have other private schools pop up? We need the ability to be able to have that choice.
Yeah.
So there's I can see how there's both things going on here, and that's why people kind of go back and forth and they're torn on this. So interesting stuff. Rudy says, "I'm not sure how much longer I can keep my business and community center at this in this area. In this area, wow." Says,
Hmm.
"Do you know the name of the organization?" I don't. I'm not. Oh, she's asking Erica. Thomas' wife is very vocal against public schools and for vouchers. Yes, and it seems like for the wrong reasons.
Right. Right. But to that point, to your point about the interesting part of it, Senator Wayne, who we spoke to about this very issue, did vote in favor of this bill, and he's supporting it for seemingly the right reasons, which is interesting. That two people are
Same thing for various reasons. I can he
seemingly.
when he's stuck over here on the screen, I can hear him over here. He's sitting right
Oh,
next to me,
I'm freezing up. Okay. Okay.
finishing his sentences over here. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Tracy Shat said nefarious, good word, Paul. I'm gonna go ahead and bring that out that a wordsmith and poet like Tracy Shat just said I use a good word, and I'm not gonna let that pass. So thank you, Tracy Shat. Appreciate you. Black Dynamite says, welcome back. Hope y'all enjoyed the vacation.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, we did a little living alive with one another, so we appreciate that. I don't know what you're doing on Thursday, Black Dynamite. It sounds like we're gonna hit Jazz on the Green. So we'll put that back out there too, man. Everybody who is a chat chimer, we gonna do. It's not an official chat chimers kickback, but Buddy's kind of calling for all the chat chimers to get together at Jazz on the Green Thursday, so we'll see each other one last time.
Yeah,
I think
man.
it's gonna be fun. It is free, free to the public. So
Yes. Yes.
yeah, bring your chair, bring your cooler.
Yeah, man.
Ms. Erica Phelps says many push for public funds for private schools because they are scared of CRT and health education. And let's be real, they're scared of their children going to school with children who aren't alike.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, thank you. Just put it out there. Wanda Lewis says, what about HBCUs? I think CRT and branding books will be fast circulating. That's a good question.
Man, what about HBCUs? This is definitely a good question. I went to a HBCU in Florida, so that's a very very interesting conversation from my perspective because my HBCU its accreditation has been threatened many times, and I don't think that's a coincidence as to why. Again, that the governor has a lot of control over the university system in Florida, and with with seeing what DeSantis has been doing, HBCUs like Bethune Cookman, like Florida A&M University that are in Florida. Yeah, I am worried sometimes about what that means for the future of these. And for those of you who aren't familiar, HBCU stands for Historically Black College and Universities. Again, these are education institutions that those who could not go to, before affirmative action, could not go to these other institutes and state universities. And now this legacy, this history could be in jeopardy.
Very good question. Very good question. Yeah, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see what's gonna happen there for that. I appreciate you guys giving us your thoughts on that. This is definitely an evergreen topic, something that we're gonna continue to discuss with this group, especially
Hmm.
because I think our group is leaning towards more grown folks that have kids that this is affecting, and so yeah, it's very interesting to talk about what this means, what's gonna happen there. So we'll see. Wanda Lewis says, "Who going to control the narrative?" That's what I'm talking about. We need to think this out. Thinking out for me means talking amongst people like you, intelligent
Hmm.
people who are trying to come to some solutions and work it out. So we'll definitely keep talking about this, and we appreciate all your input on that. Mayor Sanchez says, "Did anyone take any steps to start a budget? If so, did they start? Budget for what? Which thing you talking about? Yeah, let us know."
Yeah.
It is 8:19 right now, believing the concept of time. Once again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B. the Dove, Buddy the Guide, all of you chat chimers, ghost listeners, radio listeners, thank you for everybody that's joined us today. This is season 6, and we are calling season 6 Boots to the Roots. We want to know what that means to you. We want to know what things are out there that makes you want to act, and how you wish you had a group of people that had your back on certain issues, and how we can put boots to the roots and make those issues, get fix them, do what we got to do for them. Mayor Sanchez's personal finance budget.
Oh,
So he's
okay.
asking, is any of us doing that?
Yeah, I kind of going a couple seasons ago, following the money. Still, protecting your coins, if you will, and that we will still be doing a little bit of that. Speaking of what's going down in season 6, as we continue to look at LB 1024, the economic recovery funds that will expectedly be disseminated. Some people actually might be receiving some funds this season, so we'll definitely be
Yeah.
keeping an eye on that. But yeah, to that note, actually, I had a conversation with brother Sanchez over the break, and he, kind of gave me some tips about how he keeps his personal finances, up, and how to keep, a couple coins in his pockets, if
Mhm.
you will. So yeah, yeah, definitely get your personal finances in order. It's important.
It is, man. When I started looking into doing that a few years back, one of the first steps was for you to do an assessment of what it is that you're already spending. You'll
Hmm.
be quite surprised when you work that out, about where that goes. And after you do that, then you start keeping track of what you're spending. Yeah, here comes the storm.
Okay, the
She
storm
wasn't,
is
she
coming.
wasn't, she wasn't lying. Yeah, that's what happens every time I look at my budget. It starts thundering outside because it's like, oh Lord, it's about to start raining. Um,
Good timing. Good timing.
Man, so but yeah, thanks for the reminder. We definitely are on that and want to keep going on that. Pop says Buddy is louder when that's the case. Your echo increases. I think if Buddy's gain is lowered, the echo level will come down. I agree, Pops, but the gain is an automatic thing that's happening through the program, I believe. Unfortunately, so yeah, we're learning, we're understanding. We might even have to set up in different rooms if we're in the same space. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Going back to the Friends of First Sky Omaha, I kind of wanted to go through some of the articles that you guys have put out there too. Amy H. Dot put a very important article out from USA Today. New round of student loan debt forgiveness will erase balances of over 800,000 people. So yes, so definitely dig into that. She said in the coming days, borrowers will receive notices if they are a part of the group whose debt will be canceled. Borrowers who fear a tax liability or who have other concerns about the forgiveness will have the option to opt out of the loan.
Come on, come on,
So
come on through.
they ain't done yet. Biden ain't done yet. Go to First Sky Omaha, Friends of First Sky Omaha page and check that article out and get some more information there. Also, something else that's in the chat I put in, IB Black Girl is getting ready to have their physical home open up in North Omaha. So that's what's up. She says, and we can't make it happen without community support. Investing in our space allows IB Black Girl to conduct leadership development and entrepreneurial programming, scale and birth justice initiatives, and more. Help us reach our goal of raising 100,000 directly from community members. Give today at the address at the link below. Give at the Give Butter link.
Okay.
BBE Capital. So that's what's up, man. I love that they're reaching out to the community to be community owned, community based. So if you got a cause you want to put $5, $10 to 20, 30, 100, whatever it is that you got, that you can help them do that. They've been doing some good work. I was around when IB Black Girls started. I went to some of their first meetings, and they got some really real great initiatives going on as far as leadership is concerned. They've been growing over time too. They're a very solid organization. So it'd be great for them to have a home that they can do some trainings and things in and all that kind of stuff. So definitely check that out. That's also in the Friends of First Sky Omaha page. Or you can just go to IB Black Girl Facebook page and check them out there and help them out. So that's very cool. Puerto Rican Fest is happening August 5th. We'll get into some haps here pretty soon as well. But I just want to mention because Amy H. Dot, who is now a part of the First Guy Omaha fam, really helping us out on a lot of stuff. And really appreciate your help, Amy H. Dot. You have been a blessing and an angel
Man,
towards. for just already, just on the stuff that you're helping us do already. So we really appreciate that. But she is a part of putting this together, this Puerto Rican Fest Omaha. You know, I love a chance to go eat some Puerto Rican food and stuff like that, bro. I'm going. It's going down August 5th. I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey, pleasures in life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's where I'm at. So that's what's up. Appreciate that very much. Let me see. There was another thing. Let's see. There was an article that Brother Terrell McKinney. It was on Terrell McKinney's page. Senator McKinney, excuse me. Nebraska lawmakers reflect on 2023 session. The Nebraska Examiner contacted each state senator for their view of the 2023 session. You got to read that.
Mm. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So,
Shout out
and brother McKinney being honest as always, as always.
but not just honest, bro, but like with the fewest words possible, as blunt as possible, is what it is. So yeah, definitely check that out, man. Senator Terrell McKinney says he says the session was rough and at times confusing. To be honest, I'm looking through the eyes of the constituents.
Man,
The brother got something going on, man. It's super cool. The more I get to know him, the more I'm awed by his demeanor, his manner, his intelligence, his just the solid nature of who he is as a person, and the real work that he's doing in the legislature to change things around. You talking about a new Ernie Chambers for real? This is something that this dude is doing some things, bro, for real. Pay attention to Senator Terrell McKinney in a
please
real.
do. Please do. Also, speaking of Senator McKinney, he will be getting down at the Great Plains Black History Museum this Friday at 2 p.m. So, if you want to, get the chance to see him do his thing, hear him speak, and maybe even speak with him, this is a good opportunity to do so. So, we'll be giving some more information in the HAPS.
Yep. 8:26 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, I'm gonna play do a little screen share here so you can take a look at some of the really great photos that Amy H. Dot got. I
Man,
was like, I'm supposed to be the photographer around here, and all her stuff is way better than what I shot. So just to give you an idea of like some of the fun that we had out there at the Chad Chambers Kickback, man. Everybody on the day, everybody who doesn't know, because we're all like it's funny that we're all on here online all the time, and then we meet each other in person. Sometimes you gotta be like, who are you? Amy H. Dot in the house. That's Miss Erica Feld in the middle. Of course, you get to know Kimber Snipes. She's been on the show several times. That chef right there. That's the one that did all that smoking of them wings, boy. Woo!
man,
I can still smell them smoked wings, bro. I'm not even a wings dude, but them things was off the chain.
I did not get any. I lost hours of sleep helping them smoke and did not get a wing. But I know big shout out to Chef. Shout out to everybody that supported. Yeah. Big shout out to everybody that came out, man. I do want to give a shout out to the table because we did not mention it, but
Oh yeah.
documenters on the Bones table as well.
Hold
But
up,
the
hold up.
Nebraska,
Real quick, you just said Abby Kretz from Documenters and Whitney Richardson on the Bones table. We didn't hear you because you cut out. But what was you going?
okay. Apologize. But yes, I want to give a shout out to the Nebraska Civic Engagement Table and Shell Tarlin, who you saw in the first picture out there doing some voter registration. So big shout out to them and shout out to anybody who signed up.
Dang, I lost it.
You lost the pick.
How did that happen? We'll get back to it.
Yeah. But big shout out to Shell and again that came out to volunteer and help. That was a big help.
Yeah, man, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out again here just a second. But yeah, appreciate that very much, man. And I really felt good about like how it all worked. It worked really well there. We're trying to put this thing together called the first Sky Omaha stage, and we'd love to bring some performers, some speakers, and we want all the action tables there. We want to kind of spread this around town, do some events around town where we can represent what it is that we're talking about and doing. Also have a station there where you can tell your story and record you talking your story if you want to do that, and also just provide some information and everything we need for that boots on the ground stuff. So boots to the roots is going down this season, and it's really going to be something that is what you looking at.
I'm laughing at Brooke. Yes, we are aware that there is an echo on the mic, and we definitely appreciate everybody letting us know and try to bear with us. Thank you.
Yes, yes, thanks. Good morning, Brooke. Appreciate you coming on in. MEH guys talking about Terrell McKinney says he doesn't play games. I have mad respect for no BS and direct approach. I heard that. One also, let's see. She said you showed that one pick I don't approve of. Oh my goodness. Wanda Lewis in the chat says sometimes when carrots are dangled, others there's a hidden agenda regarding taking advantage of private schools. They make the rules and you can't walk in the door challenging.
Hmm.
A lot to it, man. A lot to it.
It
Uh,
is.
yeah.
It is.
Brianna Fool. You know what? I'm sitting here. I'm all over the place, y'all. I'm sorry about this. Let me just fix a couple things here. Let me take that down. That was supposed to happen like an hour and a half ago. All right, now you can read the captions if you want to. There, appreciate that very much. Brianna Full was out of town. She missed the Chat Chambers kickback. Sorry that you missed that. We did have a funky good time. It was really really fun. It was what was up. Like Brother Sanchez says, we're family. I got all my first Sky fam with me. That's what's up.
Man.
Yeah, I'll bring some pictures back on that. Mark Manning says I took those wings home and reheated well, bro. Them wings were off the chain.
Ain't that all you ate like that whole weekend? You took a couple plates home, Paul?
I did. They let me take some plates home, bro. I went down. I was like, that was my breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the next 2 3 days, bro. I was really reminiscing on that. So that was what's up.
Man, and I have to tell you, man, Chef is a product of No More Empty Pots. So big shout out to Nancy, No More Empty Pots.
Wow,
Yeah. She went through the program. I mean, she's always been a very dope cook. Even when we was back in high school, she was smothering chicken back then. Like she was getting down back then. But definitely big shout out to No More Empty Pots for helping get sis right.
that's what's up. All right, I got the pictures back now. So we had a couple bones tables going on. That was one of them. Washa was she really helped with the table there and doing
Yes.
some sign up. I think I did see some people register to vote right there at that table during this event. So action action
Yeah.
on this event. It's Tracy Shatz, man, getting down. I'm so happy that you came through. I really appreciate that. You really light up the room. You really come through and bring the party when you come in for real. So we really appreciate you. This is me messing with some keys over here. Every time there's a ping in the room, I can record it, be playing and everything. That's what's up. All right, that's what's up. I didn't know all that went down. Here's where things started taking a turn for the worse. Look at Buddy's face. Look at Buddy's face. He's looking at his phones like, this is a bad hand.
It's not looking
Uh,
good.
Not looking good. This is where it went down. For those of you that remember Augie Kid, man, Black Excellence
Man.
in the house, bro. Squad for real. This bro, Marcia Yates, man,
Yeah.
she got some good photos, man. She really got some really good photos. I'm
Yeah,
really
man. Big shout out to Amy H. Dot, and also shout out to Marcy Yates for allowing us.
allowing us to Culture House for the kickback.
I froze. Thank you.
Finishing his sentences there. That's what's up. So, Barry, thank you so much for those pictures, man. There was some really really great pictures you took. There's more to it too. I'm not seeing the other ones right now, but we'll find that as well. But yeah, just to give you a little glimpse of what went down at the Chad Chambers Kickback 2023 season into season 5, beginning of season 6 at the Culture House. It was a natural spot for us to be there. We loved the tiny house. We loved being at the tiny house for the first kickback. That was very nice. But it was also really nice to be at the Culture House, man, and ran into a lot of people there. Ran into Alexander came through. Appreciate him coming through as well. Like a lot of people that we've done some stuff with over time. So we really appreciate that very much. He said squad had to talk with the squad about his top 5.
Man.
What's going on, brother Sanchez? It's about top 5 in the 50th year of hip hop. So you guys, everybody got to have their top 5. Where's your top 5 MCs? That's what's
Man.
up.
Actually, speaking of that, in the Culture House, I did host alongside my man Marcy a part of the 50 years of hip hop. They did have a top 5 panel alongside Infinite Loop of Mason Jinx. Had my man DJ Jiki out there, Michelle Trots Clear, DJ Skyscraper. Man, I think I'm forgetting a couple names, but man, shout out to everybody that was a part of that. Everybody that came out.
Yep.
There will be some video and some content coming out, I believe, as a part of that. So look out for that as we continue to celebrate 50 years of hip hop. So yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for reminding me.
And there's gonna be a part 2 of that as well. They just asked me to
Yeah.
be on that panel. So we got a new panel coming up. Imma be on, I think it's on the 24th, either 24th or 27th. I'm sorry that we don't have the dates on this stuff. We'll get it. Uh,
Hmm.
this is also the season we're gonna reach out for some help on the haps. So I'm just putting that out there for y'all. Most definitely. But yes, yeah, yeah, let's check it out. Pop says I saw Marcier's video. That was great. Marcier's just dropped a video. He dropped the album. Pop,
Man,
I'm glad you was able to see that. Very talented young brother for real. And yeah, you know, you when you see him, you see Culture House being represented in a big way. Culture House is really something else. Really appreciate it. Also, Tracy Chat said, thanks. It was great to meet everyone. Thanks to Sean McCarthy for the ride. Appreciate Sean McCarthy, man. You down, brother. Appreciate you very much. Kimmer Smith says, my top five highly influenced by the third coast. Okay, third coast, you're talking about South, right? Got it, got it, got it. Um, that's what's up. She said, wait, I didn't understand that was Sean McCarthy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why we have it face to face, so we can know everybody is, man. I didn't realize it. I wasn't putting his face together for. I knew him from writing for the magazine and stuff, and so you know he did an interview on me at the Benson Theater, and you know that's what we all get together for, to put that two and two together for real. So that's what's up. Brother Sanchez says I'll be at Primo's Mexican restaurant off 60th and Center for the Crawford fight. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
since I ain't going out of town, I might be there with you for that. We'll have to
man.
see. Times are rough this year. We didn't get to do our thing the way we wanted to, but that's okay. We got some plans. Wanda Lewis says, "Yeah, because to elaborate on 50 years of hip hop, you gotta at least be 50 years old." I qualify. I'm the exact age of hip hop, y'all.
So I don't qualify. Is that?
You got to give him a break, Wanda Lewis. He's a connoisseur. You can study a subject and have something to say. And
Okay, okay.
plus he was alive during very important eras of hip hop. That he was closely related to those very important eras. So we got to cut him some slack. But I hear what you're saying, though, Miss Lewis. I hear what you're saying. It is 8:36 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, jumping back into the Friends of First Sky Omaha page, Marianne Williams put an article in from KLKN TV. I'm not sure where that is. It says arming school staff and stand
Man,
your ground law being considered in Nebraska.
man. I was just looking at that post. Thank you, Miss Marianne Williams, for dropping that on us. Definitely appreciate that, keeping us aware of that. And yeah, gun control is definitely a conversation that we're going to have to continue to have. I'll be honest, I kind of just been living out in the city, visiting family members and going to studios, trying to record music and stay productive while I've been here. And I've been coming across a lot of gunplay. I'll be honest. I've seen a few guns out in public. Even yeah, there was a shootout outside of a venue. I was at a studio the other day, and there was a shootout outside of the studio.
What?
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm fine. Everybody's fine. I don't think anybody got hit, but it was just a bad. It had nothing to do with anything I had going on or anybody around me, but it was just in the same area. So just to say, there are still shootings happening in the city, regardless of what news articles might be saying, and how the Omaha police might be postured in the media. There's still shootings going on. There's still things happening in the community. So gun control is definitely a conversation we will have to have moving forward.
Most deaf. Also on deck here too, Black Men United. Here's the article that's in Friends of First Sky Omaha. Black Men United did a pop up pantry last Tuesday, July not last Tuesday, but July the 11th, and in front of the AutoZone. You already know what that is. So they've been doing that consistently over there. So shout out. I just want to give them some flowers. Shout out to Black Men United. Shout out to Willie Hamilton doing the good work. We're talking about boots on the roots. We got to have Brother Hamilton on because he's been doing a lot. So appreciate him very much. Also, a big article Marianne Williams put in Friends of First Sky Omaha from the Nebraska Examiner: 12 million dollar land purchases by City of Omaha tied to planned North Omaha Business Park. So we actually talked to the senators about this recently. Moves are being made on this business park, man. It's going down. So some of the businesses that are in North Omaha that are going to be a part of that business park that got an evaluation for some of the ARPA funds. This is all coming together. We're gonna have a nice business park here, and won't have to go outside of North Omaha in order to have the facilities that we need to do business and start business and have the tech side of business that we need and everything else. So that business park's gonna be something else. And a lot of it's gonna bring, and more importantly, it's gonna bring a lot of jobs to people in the area as well. So that business park, I think, is that's the one over by the airport that they're talking about. It's gonna be
Yep.
something else.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, that woman says I'm 50. Oh, Pop says I'm about it too. Man, let me tell you the amount of shock that I had when I found out that my dad would love Dirty South rap. Like I was like, that blew my whole mind. Like what? You like Master P? What what happened?
Making them say, nah,
No,
nah, nah, nah.
man, come on. Brother Valadares in the house. He says, police out there power tripping. You should see Grand Island, Nebraska shoot out downtown. Yeah, I've been hearing
Mm,
about stuff going down in Grand Island.
really?
Yeah, it's like it's going it's kind of yeah, it's going down. It's going down. There's a there. I heard about some stuff that the cops is doing to folks, and I've heard about folks wilding out. So I don't know what's going on in Grand Island, but
Hmm.
yeah, see what's up. Winnieser said it's tourism time in Nebraska. The news is not going to highlight shooting in Nebraska, especially in Omaha.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Tis the season.
Let's get back to this conversation too about Native Omaha Days. What are you guys doing for Native Omaha Days? There is a lot of haps happening in Native Omaha Days. I can tell you that much.
Speaking of
Uh,
tourism,
right. I went to go try to gather all the flyers and everything that's going on. It was too much. It was a lot. So,
it is. It is. I think that Culture House hip hop
is a part of the happenings. Thanks for the translation, Paul. You're welcome. I don't know what's going on. I think it's a computer, bro. Like I was saying about the because you're directly in, right? Check your speed real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Yep, yep. Appreciate everybody who's joining in, man. Also, Amy Huplis put an article in Prison for Sky Omaha with a link to the documenters because she's a documenter now. Documenters program is going to be a very important program to what we're doing. Oh, one other thing happened over the break. We moved into the Documenters headquarters. It's now the Documenters slash First Sky Omaha headquarters on Harney Street as well. Got a new address, and if you're working with us, then we'll probably end up having some meetings over at the new space, so you can come check it out. And it's a good team up because we're really trying to team up with Documenters, especially on this training program that we got coming up. Because the training program is really out there to try to find, especially young black writers that can be citizen journalists that can go out, get stories, have access to the East Side, and bring back some articles that we're gonna put on our new site that's about to drop this week, and in other places. Because one thing that's been lacking all over the place is the hiring of black journalists in all of these spaces. So we know that we would love to hire some black journalists for our news desk as well, but we know because of the situation we have to train. That's just a part of anything that we got that we're doing in journalism or news or any of that. There has to be some training involved because there's just not enough people and writers out here. News organizations like Flatwater Free Press will hire people from out of town because of the fact that there's a lot of the talent is out of town, and there's not enough black writers that have been brought in from out of town or grown here, homegrown here. So we're going to try to do something about training and getting people on the same tip to have these kinds of conversations, to go dig out these stories and do all those things. The documentary is going to be a big part of that. Amy H. Dot said, I covered the Omaha Housing Authority board meeting this week for the
Mm.
Omaha Documenters. Interesting stuff, but we're left with questions. So definitely go check that out at documenters.org. It's an article called Making Local Government More Accountable. And that's our own Chad Chimer and our first time Omaha friend and fam, Amy H. Dot. That's getting down with our team over there at the Documenters to make it happen. So definitely check that out as well. There was something else I was going to say about Documenters, and now I'm forgetting. Um, oh, Land Bank. I actually got an email from the land bank from somebody at the land bank that said, "Heard you been talking about us on the show. We'd love to come on and discuss some things." So let me bring that back for a minute because I told you earlier, like we've reached out to some people, and I had to admit that I'm not very diligent in the reaching out of the people. So um, if I reach out to you once or twice, I don't hear nothing back. It's usually like I'll wait till next season or something. I don't have a pattern. I just I just reach out, and if you don't reach back, then I'm just going to assume you're not trying to talk. So it's really interesting when organizations like the Land Bank now has reached out to us saying that they've heard we've been talking about them on the show, and they want to come be able to come on and answer some questions. So we'll be in touch with them. They'll definitely be a guest on as well, and we can get your questions ready. All I got to say about that: get your questions ready.
Yeah, that might need to be a several part thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if we'll be able to get that in the entirety of their visit, but definitely looking forward to that conversation because we do have questions. We do have questions, and hopefully they have answers.
Very true. Marlon Harrison in the chat says, I'm going glad I'm glad they're doing a family fun day for Native Omaha Days this year. I've been saying for years that they need to have more stuff for the family and kids. Totally,
Agreed.
totally agree. Brother Valadero says, if you have leaders that hear you, this is true. We do have we found a few. We found a few leaders that are listening. We'll definitely speak up to them. Miss Brother Knight says the land bank pulled up on you. Best have your vest for that interview. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. Um, the beauty of what it is that we're doing here, man, is that we are the ones that are deciding what questions we gonna ask. There ain't nobody over us saying nothing about nothing. We say what we want to say and ask what we want to ask, and don't really care too much if they don't like it. So we're trying to get to the bottom of some stuff, and that's all there is to that. This ain't it's not political with us at all.
Right. Especially for not being disrespectful. Like if we're asking, questions in a respectful manner and you ducking and dipping and dodging, then, that's on you.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. Tony Johnson said, "Do Facebook group posts now need approval?" Yes, we have changed up some things on the Friends of Facebook, Friends of First Sky Omaha page. We're getting too much spam. We're getting too much stuff, and we got a little help on navigating some of that as well. Shout out Amy H. Dot. And so, yes, some of those do because we are going to start limiting some of the things that are coming on there because we are trying to shape that page in the way that will be productive for all of us to be able to continue to have discussions over things, and a lot of the stuff that's on there now is going to have to be talked about. So yes, that is the case. Thank you for reminding me about the changes that we made over there on Friends of First Sky Omaha. Kimra Snipe says, I put some notes about my meeting with Leslie from the land bank on the Friends of First Sky page. I thought it was a really good meeting. I did read those. Yeah, I'm looking forward to speaking to them. I'm very much looking forward to speaking to them for sure. So yeah. So we'll can like Buddy said, I think it's going to be a multi conversation.
Yeah.
Multi. It's not going to happen in just one. So we'll definitely talk about it. Um, I'm looking at this thing here. Black Futures Designing a Thriving North Omaha is going to be a very special Black Futures panel discussion happening on the July 20th. Oh, that already passed. Did it pass already? No,
No.
July 24th at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. Definitely planning on hitting that. They had the first one over at the Luminarium, and it was a great discussion. Really, really, really interesting topics and speakers. I can't wait for this next one over at Malcolm X Moore Foundation. Did you go pull up yesterday?
No,
No.
I did not make that. Actually, I got sick, man. Stomach started bothering me, and I had to go ahead and lay down. So if anybody did make it out, I heard they had an event at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation yesterday. If you're able to make it, let me know. What was your take? What happened? What went down?
There you go. I see Von Chapman put in an article from Nebraska Examiner about the head of Nebraska's Health and Human Services resigns. So there's some information there in Friends of First Sky Omaha on what we talked about a little earlier on that. Also, this is the one I wanted to get to. Very important. Oh, good. Miss Brianna Fulson should be on that panel July 24th. Right on. Marianne Williams put in the chat. This is one I was looking for the whole time. Y'all, state senator calls for studies into critical race theory in K through 12.
We still on that?
I mean, it's crazy to me because like Omaha just be following what these other states be doing, man, and then do it late. Like they was on that last year. Why are you back on this? Why it's like they were waiting to get I don't know. Invited testimony is always biased testimony. The parents they'll invite for our moms for liberty, etc.
Hmm.
The community must organize and be there, invited to speak out. This is Marianne Williams letting us know what we need to be doing here. We need to make sure that we speak up and speak out on these subjects. This is one of the boots on the roots things we're gonna try to do this season, We gotta look for them. We gotta look for them to do this. Now they're calling for studies into critical race theory.
Your favorite word, good old study. But it's just like, what are they? It's already been proven that they don't teach critical race theory in the K through 12.
It's
So
not.
what are they studying?
It's not a thing. They're trying. They're you gonna use it to try to study. The same thing they're doing in other states where they don't. Some states now are not teaching about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Some, you know what I'm saying? Like some states have banned books by Toni Morrison. Like they're using, oh, this is a critical race theory thing to take out the stuff they don't want. That's what this
Mm.
is for. Right along with their argument about school vouchers and everything else. It's crazy. Wanda Lewis says it's a joint effort with the these states.
Mm.
They said, what is Nebraska? Is the Mississippi of the South,
Yeah, I mean,
Midwest. I mean,
the more we kind of say that, the more it seems like, it's not too far off, not too far off. And I'm right there with you, Tony Johnson. He says election season right around the corner. They are trying to secure votes. That's why.
bro, it's very important that we take a look at what's going on with election season coming up in a real way. Wanda
Oh yeah,
Lewis, I'm sorry, Brother Valadares says erase black and brown peeps. Right. That's their point. That's what they're trying to do. Ariel's 402 says we always had critical race theory, just not critical racist theory. Hmm.
mm.
Interesting. And really, like it's we've been talking about this now so long. It really can be summed up in like a sentence. Like the theory is that most of what's going on here is absolutely based in racist systems, and what they don't want anybody to they don't want their systems exposed, and so they're going to try to do something about that. And what they're doing is letting all their racist tendencies out in order to under the guy under that guise. I mean, it's always been a thing. It's always been like black people can't, back in the days, black people can't assimilate to our culture, and those that won't are anti-American. It's always something.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pushing the anti-American whole narrative, but it's okay to have workshops and call black people slaves, but
and do and do crazy stuff like
right.
make
Have whole workshops and uh mock man that,
slave
yes,
trade.
man, and this is all recent, mind you. This is all recent, but speak about the slave masters, and people start feeling guilty.
Mm. Pop says Omaha is the Mississippi of Mississippi. So Omaha is the Mississippi of Mississippi. I heard that. Also, Ariel's 402, 300 Native American Children's Cemetery found in Genoa.
That's still ongoing. That's
Yeah,
still ongoing.
we've been talking about that too. There's something in the Friends of First Sky Omaha page as well. Oral history interviews is happening Wednesday, July. Oh, that was already passed, July 19th. Okay, we need to hear about what happened there. But
That's
this,
this Wednesday. That's this Wednesday.
man, see what's going on with me in time. So it's coming up in 2 days. Something that I said just passed. Coming up in 2 days, Wednesday, July 19th. Location NICC Macy campus. That's 1111 Highway 75 in Macy, Nebraska. So that's out by the res. 10 o'clock. They're going to be discussing since 2018. The digital project has been working to find and return documents about the Genoa Indian School back to Nebraska and make them available for tribal members and communities and those wishing to learn about the boarding school. Now we're currently working on conducting oral history interviews with descendants of those who attended Genoa so that their voices and experiences of their ancestors can be included in the digital history available about the school. That's very important.
Man,
Very important. We talk about oral histories in all of our communities. It's very important. So shout out to who's doing this? The Digital Reconciliation Project. That's what's up. Genoa Indian School Digital Reconciliation Project. Oral history interviews. Very important thing. We went out there recently with Brother Wells Lavelle. Shout out to him, and got to speak to the elders all day. and it was quite the experience to hear about what's going on, and just to hear about how similar our experiences are with our community is with their
Oh yeah.
community.
Yeah, man. That woman also giving us a little context to that situation. She says it really isn't a cemetery. Nebraska had the largest residential school to quote unquote assimilate Native children 2 years and older. There was horrific abuse, and bodies were literally buried in the backyard. So, uh,
Literally.
yeah, yeah, that history being uncovered, and finally those stories being told.
8:54. If you believe in the concept of time, really enjoyed talking to you guys and catching up on what's going on here with the news and so on and so forth. All these things that has been going on over the break. I still want to hear about what you think is the news that we need to be really paying attention to, and what we need to put boots on the roots about. What action to take this season six. We have a lot going on. We actually have planned out our season 6 and 7, and after season 7, it's going to be some big changes. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say right now.
That part.
So let's continue to have these conversations. Continue to talk to each other. We'll continue to make sure that we can all find the words that we need for the fight. Get on the same page about all these things. I want to give a quick shout out to Johnny No Good.
Man,
He says thank you to Upward Bound staff for allowing me to be a part of an amazing program. And he's the winner. He is the winner of where's it at? Where's it at? Teacher of the Year for the second year in a row
man,
at Upward Bound. Johnny No Good is if you don't know who he is, you should get to know this brother. He's doing so much for the community. Super talented MC, poet, artist, Renaissance man. He's doing a lot with farming right now as well,
hmm,
and actually reaching out to the community, doing some great things. So shout out to him. Shout out to Tyler Payne, Erica GK, Creighton University. These are all the people that he's thanking for this. But he said, "Listen, man, I had to fight tears. I'm a gangster. Truly thankful to be awarded Teacher of the Year for the second year in a row. Shout out to Upward Bound, bro.
man, big shout out to Upper Bound. I'm a product of it. Definitely, still remember the teachers that I had when I was there. Shout out to Miss Webster. But yeah. Big shout out to Johnny No Good. Actually, I had the chance to see him do his thing on the stage for open mic, and I think he will be gracing the stage again for Verbal Gumbo coming up during Native Omaha Day. So yeah, big shout out to brother Johnny No Good and everybody involved with the whole Upper Bound situation. Beautiful thing.
Really real. Shout out to everybody who's on that. Yeah, Verbal Gumbo is happening Thursday, July 27th at the Benson Theater. Shout out to the Benson Theater for hosting that. With love, Felicia will be in the building.
Man,
She's coming in from out of town. It's going to be an old school Verbal Gumbo situation. Definitely check that out. Go ahead and RSVP there. It's called the Verbal Gumbo Omaha Days Edition. You definitely need to go check it out, man. RSVP, will you be there? Tickets are going to sell out on this. They sold out last year. They're going to sell out again. I very much encourage you to go ahead and get your tickets for this. It's going down. So shout out, man. July 27th is a Thursday night, just like the old days. July 27th on a Thursday. Verbal Gumbo, Michelle Trosclair, with love, Felicia. It's going down.
going down, man. So big shout out. Also, before we get out of here, a big shout out I want to give to Stable Gray, man. We've been working with them on our website behind the scenes. It's definitely one of the big things we've been working on over the break. Very close to pushing that through and getting that finished and launching that. So look out for that. A lot of the activities that we're engaged in will be living there, and possibly, well, not even possibly, there will be more coming on that website. So definitely look out for that as well. And yeah, big shout out, man. Season 6, we here.
Man, shout out also to the Julian Young Business Advisory. That we've partnered with that group, and they're really helping us shape what we got to shape in order to keep First Sky Omaha sustainable and move towards the future with that and expand and do all the things we need to do. If you have a small business, if you're an entrepreneur, I highly suggest you hit up Julian Young Business Advisory. They're right there on right in back of the headquarters over there on scooters over there on 30th and Ames. Definitely check them out. Make an appointment with them, man. Get your business looked at. They basically are doing a assessment of your business, what they call strategic planning. Strategic planning usually is hundreds of thousands of dollars. He does it overtime for a way less amount of money for you to really get some strategic things happening to turn your business, whatever that small business is, into $1 million business. And he has a track record of doing that already now. So definitely shout out to Julian Young and but business advisory company. Get with them on that. Really awesome. We'll be talking more about them and bring them on so you can hear what they got going on at another time as well. So we'll be, we're just giving you a glimpse of some of the guests that we'll be having on and over this season. It's gonna be a very interesting season. We're definitely getting a little bit more ready for action, really, a little bit more aggressive on everything. Calling people out, making people put their money where their mouth is. That includes us. That includes you. That includes the community to make some change. So we've been working 6 seasons that having some discussions, and I feel very confident in the kind of discussions we have. We always got very intelligent people coming onto the chat, and we have very deep discussions with them and with all of you. We even call you. We even got a name for y'all, chat chimers, man.
Yeah.
Just chime up in the chat. That's what's up. So really appreciate that very much. Sarah Daphne in the house says, "Have a
Hey.
great day, y'all. Thanks for coming on back and checking us out. It's gonna be an interesting season. Season 6 now in effect. This is the first day of it. Season 6 is called Boots to the Roots. It's time for some action, y'all. So let's get together and let's put our money where our mouth is and support each other to get to where we got to get to. And we'll talk more about it coming up. It is 9 o'clock right now. Ariel's 42 says, "Have a blessed day, everyone." In the word, Paul and John Sebastian. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. You got some words for the people?
Well, hoping I don't spaz out and freeze, but definitely appreciate everybody for supporting us, man. Season 6, man. Where does the time go? 3 years for Sky Omaha. So we definitely appreciate y'all and looking forward to this season, season 7, and what comes up, man. So we love y'all. We thank y'all, and hopefully again we can live alive together one more time. Again, trying to come out Thursday, weather permitting, come through, man. Let's have a good time.
Yeah, let's do that. Jazz on the Green. Where's it at? It's over on
Is that right off of Dodge, right off of Dodge at Midtown?
Midtown. There you go. Yeah, Midtown Crossing. There you go.
Yep, yep.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. We'll see you out there. We'll see what's happening. Take care of yourselves. Definitely. Really appreciate that. Pop says still the fastest 2 hours on air. Glad to have you back. Love to the fam, and see you Wednesday. Appreciate that very much. We Pops appreciate you coming on back in on our day back as well. Appreciate you
Yeah,
very
man.
much. Miss Erica Phelps says wonderful to start the day right with everyone, and I appreciate being with you. Please check on your neighbors. It's hot. Drink water. Check your health and direct your wealth. Be good to yourselves. Appreciate that very much. And we appreciate you. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here and let you get on about your day. Appreciate that very much. Brooke said, "Good to see you guys. Good show." Thanks, Brooke. Appreciate you
Thank you.
very much. See you soon. We're going to give thanks to the Umaha tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. I want to give a shout out to our elders for allowing us to speak before them, and shout out to you, the chat chimers, allowing us to speak with you. This is not happening without you and your input, so we want to thank you very much. Thank you to all of the reoccurring members of the channel as well, the $10 people, the $25 people, the $50 people, the $100 people now. Really appreciate everybody that's jumped in and is helping this continue on. Shout out to all the new members, Rachel, Sean McCarthy, everybody who's come in as well. You'll definitely be getting some emails from us if you have recently joined, or if you've been a long time joiner. We're going to do a lot better at giving you your flowers for the things that you have done for us over time, and been loyal to following us and helping us grow what we're doing here. So we really, really appreciate you. And if you are not a member yet and you're so inclined, go to firstskyOmaha.com, hit the donate button, and become a reoccurring member of the channel. We really appreciate that very much. Wanda Lewis says, "Thank you for letting me be myself again." I heard that.
Hey.
You speaking my language now. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I love it. Minister says, "Have a nice day." You have a nice day too. Thank you, everyone, once again. We're out of here. Take care of yourselves.
Peace.
By the way, Van Glorious. This is protected by the red